Hey friends, Ash here with Gents, coming at you guys with a fragrance review. Today we're taking a look at this one, Gentleman Eau de Parfum Boisee, the newest in the Gentleman line from Givenchy. In this video, I'll break this fragrance down for you guys, let you know what I think about it, give it a thumbs up, thumbs down, the usual stuff. We'll also take a look at the presentation as well, even though what you're seeing right here is pretty much it. We've got a lot to talk about, so let's jump right into this and check out the newest Gentleman. Okay guys, first up, a quick look at the presentation. And before we go too much further, let me give you guys the badge code. Again, some of you out there really do like getting that information. It's 0A03. And now let's check out the presentation. You've got here the name of the house, name of the fragrance right on the front. You've also got the size and concentration down here at the bottom. One difference in terms of the coloring on the letters is that this has more of a gold coloration, whereas on the Eau de Parfum right here, it is white. So you can see there the difference in the colorations on the lettering. On the top of the box, you have the logo of the house, nothing doing on the sides. On the back, you have a little info that basically just says, recycle the box. It also has the website for the house. And then on the bottom is where you're going to find your ingredients and your batch code. And here is the bottle. It's the same shape, same design as the other fragrances in this line. This one is a 50 ml as compared to the 100 ml right here. Other than that, pretty much the exact same. It's got a gradient where it goes from a kind of a lighter see-through black grayish color at the top down to clear at the bottom. The sticker has kind of a wood grain effect to it. That's what it's supposed to be, but it is just a sticker. The cap clicks into place, as you can see there. It has the logo of the house on top of it. Then on the bottom of the bottle is where you'll find your badge code, and it is inscribed into the bottle, no sticker. And let me go ahead and waste a couple sprays for you guys here. There we go. So there's your presentation for Gentleman Eau de Parfum Boisee. So this fragrance has been getting some mixed reviews. Some people really like it, some people don't like it at all, some people kind of in the middle. This one for me opens up really, really pleasant. So some people I know don't like the opening, but I do. I think it's really nice, really easy to wear, very versatile. It's sweet, it's a little bit spicy in the opening. You pick up the iris or the orris right away as soon as you spray it on. And it's more of the fresh take on that note than it is the super dense take, but it's not as fresh as like a Prada L'Homme or a Prada L'Homme Low. So it's really somewhere in between, like a Prada L'Homme iris and a Dior Homme iris, somewhere between there. Though between those, it's closer to what you'll find in Prada L'Homme. So it's a clean type of iris note, but maybe a little bit richer than in the Prada. The spicy blend is going to be pepper and coriander. Those are most prominent in the opening of the fragrance. As it dries down through the mid and into the dry down, you don't pick those up quite as much. So those are just there in the opening where you've got that nice, sweet, fresh blast right off the top. You can make out a little bit of geranium also in the opening, which is going to help with that sort of freshness. It kind of acts as a counterbalance to the iris in the opening of the fragrance. And you can pick up just a little touch of woods in the opening, but not a whole lot. You kind of have to dig around for it. You have to really like smell deeply wherever you sprayed the fragrance and pick it out. The woods come out more as it dries down, much more as it dries down actually. But in the opening, you can just pick up a little whisper of them. The opening is fresh, it's clean, sweet, and a little bit powdery. For me though, it smells really nice, I like it. Through the mid, the orris becomes the most prominent note in the fragrance, the iris, and the woods start to come out more, sandalwood and cedar. Not a huge amount of woods though through the mid. So through the mid, even though the fragrance is Boisee, you know, it's supposed to be a woodsy scent, through the mid, it's still iris that's gonna be most prominent. The woods though start to come out more and more and more as it stays on your skin. But through the mid, especially the opening part of the mid, they're more supporting notes to the iris. Cacao, or chocolate, is one of the notes in this fragrance. And while I pick up sweetness in the fragrance, it's not really like chocolate. It doesn't smell like cacao to me. To me, it actually smells more like ambroxan or amberwood coming out in the mid of the fragrance and that kind of adding a little bit of sweetness to the scent. It's like a sweet iris with ambroxan or amberwood in there. That's what it smells most like through the mid. And while that cacao or chocolate note could be adding to the sweetness in the iris, I don't really smell chocolate. And it could be that the chocolate is kind of supposed to be the patchouli note in here, because patchouli, depending on how it's used, can come across like chocolate. I'm not for sure. Even into the dry down, I don't pick up a lot of patchouli either. So yeah, what am I trying to say there? Just that I don't really get chocolate. I guess that's pretty much what I'm saying. But I do get what smells like ambroxan or amberwood. Into the dry down, especially the far dry down, the woods come out much, much more. And that's where this fragrance actually becomes a woody fragrance. And the woods are more of a modern type. And by that, I mean that they're clean. They're still a little bit fresh, even though you're far into the dry down and it's a woodsy scent. They come across like fresh, clean, modern woods. And again, that has me going back to amberwood / ambroxan. It smells like that in the dry down pretty noticeably. It's not bad. It's not something that, you know, turns me off from the scent, but it's definitely there, even though it's not listed as a note. The sandalwood note in the base is going to give you a little bit of a creamy feel, but it's not heavy. There's not a ton of sandalwood in here, at least not that I perceive to be a ton of sandalwood. There's a little touch of patchouli, but not a huge amount of that either. It's more those clean, fresh, modern woods in the base, and then residual iris that was there from the opening. You can still pick that up in the dry down as well. So with all that said, how does it smell to me? For me, it's really pleasant, easy to wear, very likable, and a nice fragrance. Can't really hate on it, but it does slot in with all the other iris-centric designer fragrances out there. So those are going to be your scents in the Valentino Uomo line, the Dior Homme line, this line, and also the Prada L'Homme line. So that means this fragrance is slotting in with all of those, or going up against all of those. And that's a bunch of fragrances when you take into account all the flankers that have been done in those lines. So with that said, is this one a must own? Not really. It's gonna smell a bit familiar to you. If you've smelled a lot of those fragrances I just mentioned, and you smell this one, you're gonna pick up that iris and you're gonna be like, okay, yeah, this is familiar. And as it dries down, it doesn't really separate itself enough to be, you know, one of the kings of the mountain of the iris designer fragrances. All that being said, it's easy to wear, and I will reach for this and wear it on occasion. It's a fragrance I like, not one that I would say I necessarily am in love with, but I don't dislike it at all. Essentially, it's taking that iris DNA and turning it into just a contemporary modern woodsy scent. I've said it a bunch of times, but that's what this is. It's an iris that's clean, slightly more rich than what you'll find in the L'Homme line, which is just straight up clean, powdery iris. This one is a little bit sweeter than that. And then woods and ambroxan and possibly amberwood. It is though mass appealing as it dries down, especially. It's a potential compliment pulling fragrance. It's extremely versatile. You can wear it during the day, you can wear it at night, you can wear it to the office, you could wear it on a date, you could wear it formally, though probably rather go for something with a little more oomph if I was gonna go with an iris fragrance for formal wear. This one here, the Eau de Parfum, probably better in formal situations than this one, but it could do it. This fragrance could pull that off. I would definitely suggest picking it up from a discounter if you wanted to buy it. It has started to pop up at discounters, but then it sells out really quickly. It was on FragranceNet maybe a week ago and sold out like that, but they're gonna get more in stock. So I suggest, anyway, picking it up from discounters. Save yourself 30 bucks or so. I believe that at retail, it's $74 for this size, 50 mils, or 74, 75. And then for the 100 ml size bottle, it's $104. So it's pretty expensive. Definitely pick it up from discounters if you can. In terms of seasons, for me, more spring and fall time kind of fragrance. It's more like neutral weather, extreme high heat, probably go for something a little bit more refreshing. Extreme cold, probably go with something that has a little more richness, a little more oomph. In terms of performance, for me, above average. I actually saw a bunch of people online had said that they didn't have good luck with this one, that they had very poor performance, really bad longevity, no projection. For me, it works pretty well. In terms of longevity, 7+ hours, so that's above average. Can't really complain. Projection, a little more moderate, but still pretty good, especially in the first hour. So overall, above average. Maybe not as good as the Eau de Parfum overall, but still not bad. So yeah, just a quick wrap up on this one. It's nice smelling. It's really pleasant. It's definitely iris done in a more modern way, made mass appealing, or as mass appealing as possible, especially as it dries down. Given a good amount of sweetness, there's a touch of powder in the opening, but it goes away as it dries down. Through the mid, the woods start to come in more, and once you hit the dry down, it becomes mainly focused on woody notes of sandalwood, giving you a little bit of creaminess, and then ambroxan / amberwood, giving you this effervescence and clean, modern woodsy vibe. Is it fragrance as art? No. Is it wearable fragrance that you can pull off in many situations? Yeah, that's what it is. Don't pay retail though. Pick it up at a discounter if you can, save yourself some money. It's pretty expensive at full retail. All right guys, that's it for me. I do like this one, so for me, thumbs up. Gentleman Eau de Parfum Boisee. If you smelled this fragrance, let me know what you think about it in the comments below. Let me know how you think it stacks up against this one, the Eau de Parfum. Between the two, if I could only keep one, I'd keep this one. But in terms of just straight up versatility, I think this one's better. All right, guys, thanks so much for your support. Thanks for hanging out with me today. Stay safe out there, and I'll see you guys tomorrow with another fragrance video. See you guys.